Watch this. My son, my 15-year-old gave me this one. I said something stupid the other day. He said, give me that neck. He hit me on the back of my neck. I said, but what you doing? He said, that's what we do. That's what we do in school. Whenever somebody says something stupid, we say, give me that neck, give me that neck. I need you to look at your neighbor and say, give me that neck, give me that neck, give me that neck. I don't want you to pop them, but I want you to touch them on the back of their neck and say, give me that yoke, give me that yoke, give me that yoke, give me that yoke. The stuff you've been carrying, the stuff that's been depressing you, the stuff that's been robbing you, the stuff that's been keeping you there. Y'all ain't doing nothing back in this section. Pop them on the back of the neck and say, give me that neck, give me that neck, give me that neck. Number 3, don't y'all be popping each other. Number 3, there will be no famine. Look at your neighbor and say, there's no more famine. I need y'all to speak this. I need y'all to speak it in the atmosphere. There will be no more famine. Y'all ain't gonna help me in here, New Direction. There will be no more unemployment. There will be no more layoff. There will be no more recession. There will be no more foreclosure. There will be no more bankruptcy. Y'all ain't saying nothing. There will be no more cancer. There will be no more lonely nights. Y'all ain't saying nothing. High five 3 people and say, I'm speaking right now. Oh my God. Elijah told Ahab that there won't be any rain until at my word God ends the famine. God is the drought. I need you to grab somebody by both hands and say, I touch and agree with you that the famine is over, that the drought is over. As a matter of fact, I need you to get your business suit ready, get your wedding dress ready, get your briefcase ready, get your degree ready, get your car ready, because God's getting ready to send an announcement. The drought is over. When I make it back in God's house, when I head in a new direction, the drought is over. Everything you've been waiting on, I need to see my sheep. Everything you've been looking for, everything you've been praying for, I touch and agree that the drought is over. I ain't gotta lie no more. I ain't gotta steal no more. I ain't gotta beg no more. Everything I've been praying for, I touch and agree that the famine is over. Pop 3 people on the back of the neck. Give me that neck, give me that neck. And tell them the drought is over. I'm done. I'm done. Touch 2 people, that's over. Y'all stand up, I'm done. You need to understand that we got a shepherd. Lord have mercy. I was praying yesterday in preparation for this sermon. Y'all stand up, I'm done. I was praying and God showed me something I ain't never saw before. He said, I put over you a shepherd. I know that, God. I put over you a shepherd. His name is Jesus. Everybody agree with me on that? But what I didn't understand, it just hit me. It just hit me that I got a shepherd and a lamb at the same time. I said, God, why you give me a lamb and a shepherd at the same time? God said, watch this. Because I can't put nobody over you that can't identify with you. He was wounded for my transgressions, bruised for my iniquities, and the chastisement of my peace was upon him. I had to have a lamb before I could get a shepherd. The only reason I'm able to preach to y'all the way I preach to you is because I've been through so much. I've been wounded. I've been bruised. No more than Jesus, but I've been bruised and hurt and wounded. I've been through church hurt. I've had pastors that let me down. And so my whole heart's desire is that I would never do anything to let y'all down. There are nights I stay up and pray for you. There are nights that I cry. There are nights that I beat myself up and I say, God, I'm not preaching enough. I'm not teaching good enough. They're leaving. They're not coming. And God says, it ain't about you. They're going through, Stacy. There's some things you don't know that your sheep are going through. Somebody's facing foreclosure. Somebody's been battling with cancer. Somebody got laid off. It's not you, it's them. But what you need to tell them is that you still love them. What you need to tell them is that I still love them and I haven't forgotten about them. You just keep on teaching and let me do the reaching. I'm glad that I got a God when I can't reach y'all. When my teaching ain't good enough, when my preaching ain't working, I'm glad I got a God that says, I'm going to go get them myself. God will come to the crack house. God will come to the nightclub. God will come to the hotel. God will come to your house. God will send out an APB. And no matter how dirty you are, he'll get down in the mud with you and clean you off. I don't care if you've been starving. He'll wash you off and feed you. I don't care if you've been on drugs. I don't care if you've been stripping. I don't care if you've been sleeping with somebody else's spouse. God says, I see you and I can't let you stay there. Look at your neighbor and say, God's not going to let you stay there. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He anointed my head with oil. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Anybody glad God came looking for you? Erica, are you glad about it? Lisa, are you glad about it? Donald, are you glad about it? Are you glad that he came to the trap house to see about you? Are you glad he came to Mexico to see about you? Are you glad he came to North Memphis to see about you? Somebody in prison, been in prison before, you know what I'm talking about. All your friends, when you was a roller, oh man, they was calling, they were blowing your phone up. But when you got locked up, didn't nobody call you. But when you looked up, there was Jesus. His arms were open wide and he says, I'm still waiting on you. Look at your neighbor and say, he's still waiting on you. Let me help you with something, and I'm done. There was a Hispanic father. He fell out with his son. They got into an argument, and him and his son got into a bad argument, and the son said, I'm leaving, and the father said, leave. And he let the son go, and weeks passed, and months passed, and the father's heart was broken. Because I don't care how much you get angry with your sons, they're still your sons. I don't care how much you get angry with your daughters, they're still your daughters. I'm so glad that God still loves me. When I didn't stay where he wanted me to stay, I didn't do what he wanted me to do. Well, this father, he missed his son. He took an ad out in the paper, and he said in the paper, he said, son, all is forgiven. Meet me at 12 o'clock in front of the newsstand tomorrow, and you can come back home. Look at your neighbor and say, all is forgiven. You can come back home. 12 o'clock came the next day, and the daddy got on the horse and buggy, and he went around town. And when he turned the corner in front of the newsstand, he saw something amazing. There were 800 boys standing in front of the newspaper stand looking for their daddies. Because all of them were looking for somebody to say, son, it's okay. You can come back home again. Oh, God, help me in here. Somebody is standing in church right now like one of those little boys, and you're wondering, does my daddy want me to come back home? Does my father want me to come back home? Look at your neighbor and say, all is forgiven. You can come back home. Now watch this. This is where it gets difficult because pride gets in the way, and pride don't want to let you come back home. Pride don't want you to come out of your mess. Pride wants you to stay right where you are. But I declare and decree right now, if there's anybody in here that wants to come back home and you hear the Holy Ghost saying all is forgiven and you want a new start, I dare you to flood this altar right now. The thing that's tragic is that some of y'all are going to miss it waiting on somebody else to move. Why don't you be the first one on your road to say, I need to come back and get myself together. I need to come back and get my relationship right with Jesus. I'm running back to you. The song says I'm running back to you. Some of y'all are sitting there walking. I dare you to run down here right now and say, God, I'm ready to get myself together. I'm ready to come back to church. I'm ready to rededicate myself. I'm ready to get back in ministry. I'm ready to get back into service. I'm ready to get back into church. God, I've been missing in action. I've been inactive. I've been staying at home. I've been visiting other places, but I know this is where God has called me, and I'm coming back home. Is there anybody in here that feel like you ever messed up and you can't come back because you're too dirty, you made too big of a mistake? I want to tell you right now that the devil is lying to you, and if you can break free from your role, you're going to break curses in your life. You're going to break curses for your family. You're going to break generational curses over the people that came before you if you can get out of your role and come back to church, come back to Christ. Look at your neighbor and say, God's still waiting on you.